Short exercise 17.9, measuring profitability. Shine's Companies, a home improvement store chain, reported the following summarized figures. So we got our income statements again and our balance sheets again. And they have 100,000 common shares outstanding during the year. So the first thing to do is to calculate the profit margin. Begin by selecting the formula to calculate the profit margin ratio, then enter the amounts and calculate the profit margin for 2016. After you convert it to a percentage, round it to 1 decimal. So what is the formula for profit margin? It's net income divided by net sales. So we don't need the balance sheet for this one. We only need our income statement. So our net income for 2016 is 29 million. Net sales is 57,200,000. And when we do the math, we end up with 0.507, but we have to multiply by 100 to convert it to a percentage, and that gives us 50.7. Before we rounded, we get 50.699, but they want us to round to 1 decimal. Okay, now we're going to compute the rate of return on total sales, also known as we want to calculate return on assets, also known as ROA. So begin by selecting the formula to calculate Shine's Company's rate of return on total assets. So on top, here's the numerator, and here's the denominator. On top, we have the returns of the two groups of people who finance the company. One is the creditors, and one is the owners. So what do the owners get in return for owning the company? They get net income. And what do creditors get? They get the interest expense, because they're the people who are loaning money to the company. And then we're going to divide by average total assets. That will give us our return on assets, ROA. So we need to plug in net income. Net income for 2016 was 29 million. Interest expense was 700,000. Average total assets. We now need our balance sheet. So for our total assets, we're going to take the average of these two numbers. So we take the beginning balance of assets for 2016, which was the same as the ending balance for the previous year. Add it to 83,500,000, divide by 2. So our formula then looks like this. We're going to have on the bottom 55,200,000 plus 83,500,000 divided by 2. That gives us an average of 69,350,000. And when we do the math, we get 42.826. That's after we multiply by 100, because we had to convert to a percentage. And then they want us to round to 1 decimal place. So 42.826 becomes 42.8%. And then they want us to compute the asset turnover ratio for 2016. Now the asset turnover ratio, the formula is net sales divided by our average total assets. So our net sales is found on the income statement, 57,200,000. And our total assets are found on our balance sheets, or average total assets, I should say. So again, once again, we're going to average these two. So now it's going to look like this: 55,200,000 plus 83,500,000 divided by 2 gives us an average of $69,350,000 of total assets. And then when we crunch the numbers, we get 0.8248. And they want us to round it to 2 decimals. So it's 0.82. So what this means is for every dollar of the item on the bottom, so for every dollar of assets, we're getting 82 cents of net sales. So now we're going to continue this problem after another video. So we will come back to this.